Shopz got Barz, originally called Fire in the Shop, is a platform that sprung up during lockdown. It allowed people from all backgrounds to come to a typical London corner shop and freestyle. They went viral on TikTok, amassing millions of views. Originally based on Broad Lane in Tottenham, they've now moved to Phillip Lane. I caught up with the people behind it, Richy and Frenzi.
My name's Richy, and I'm from North London, Tottenham, and I'm co-owner of Shopz got Barz.
My name's Frenzi44, from North London, Tottenham, music artist / business owner.
So what brought this about?
So basically, it's crazy because me and Richy on separate occasions, we walked into the off license where the shopkeeper, he basically had this phone out. He was like, "Oh, friends, just drop a bar in it." And like me and Richy, we're familiar faces in the area. Everyone knows us from music. Well, a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of people are fond of our music. So when he just put his camera out, it was like, "Yeah, do a freestyle." I was like, "Yeah, cool, fuck it." I didn't want you. I was a bit reluctant at first, but then he managed to persuade me in it. And then after, just before I dropped my bar, he was like, "Fire in the shop." I was just like, "Do you get it?" So I dropped the bar. He was like, "Yeah, man, let's put it on TikTok." I was like, "Yeah, cool." And then after, I've left the shop. And then a couple of days later, Richy's come in, and he's asked Richy to do the same thing, drop some bars. Mm-hmm. Richy dropped his bars, whatever. And when Richy's left the shop now, he's called me, and he said, "Hey, friends, this is sick. Let's do something. We can do something with this." And I was just like, yeah, no. I had my doubts, innit? I kind of had to sleep on it. The next day, I phoned Richy just out of the blue, and I was like, "Bro, you know what? You're right." Because I was actually watching back the video, and it looked sick. Like, we can do something with it.
Definitely.
Within a few days, like, me and Richy, we've basically gone to the shopkeeper. We've had a meeting. We thought, yeah, we're going to start this Fire in the Shop thing properly. And me and Richy went and started doing all the groundwork and getting artists to come into the shop and XYZ. And
yeah, and that's how it began. Really.
That's how it kind of started.
That's
the actual foundation of it, literally. So we didn't know what was going to blow up. We didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I mean? So.
And the X factor of Shopz got Barz is basically it's for the people, because we thought we didn't get enough recognition while we was doing music ourselves. So we thought, you know what, we're gonna open the door for people that you wouldn't have thought that will come through the door. So that's what we're here for.
There's not enough platforms that seek underground talent and try to help people from the underground. You know what I mean? So it's like we thought we'll just open that path for.
Plus, the concept is unique anyway. Like it's actually
an off license.
I used to try, not even try. I used to doubt myself and say, you know what, maybe this ain't the one. But everybody we've spoke to has nothing but positive things to say about Shopz got Barz, and that's what makes me happy to know that everyone is interested in the concept, because it's actually different. No one's done it before. We just finished our tour and was welcomed everywhere. So
it did actually work in our favour, and you know what? When we actually knew we had something was when we got contacted directly by the head of TikTok.
Yes.
Who actually wanted to have a Zoom meeting with us. They was like, just going crazy, like, "Oh, we love your content, it's crazy."
I don't forget, we had to message Adam Birch or something.
Yeah, no, that's true, that's true. But remember, was this before or after we went viral?
This was...
Because, good question, innit?
After.
Okay.
After, because remember, by the time we've all spoke to everyone, we've already, practice already gone viral.
So the first person that recognized us was the head of TikTok for music in Canada.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wow, what you lot are doing is sick. I love your show."
Yeah. That's what hit us the most.
Yeah.
Because
Richy's like, "Oh, it's a show." Like, we didn't even know
now
it
it's a show. But back then, it's just us freestyling in the shop. But when he mentioned the show, I said, "Bro, now we got a show.
We got a show.
This is a show.
We need to move with this. We've got a show." And then we've literally sat down and thought, you know what, should we message him? Should we not? And then after, we ended up messaging him, and he was like, "Yeah, I love what you're doing. I'm gonna put you in contact with the head of TikTok from UK." Within a week, they contacted us, got us a Zoom meeting. Like, we love what you lot are doing. Keep it up.
Big up David.
Yeah,
big
shout
up
out
Alice.
David. Shout out Alice. Shout out Adam Birchall as well.
Definitely.
And they were just like, where do you lot want to go in 5 years? Just the basic questions, just to find out where exactly our heads were at and what we're trying to do with the platform.
I think we passed the test, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we passed the test. And they was like, yeah, obviously, after we broke down everything to them, they were like, it sounds sick. Love you lot's idea. Keep it up. And while we're waiting, just send us, fill out this form, email, and it was just a verification form. Within 2 days, we'll verify it.
Yeah, literally.
On TikTok. So.
And then after the verification, the algorithm...
Algorithm shooted right up.
Right
literally
up.
went crazy.
Every couple hours,
literally
we go back on there, 99 plus.
There was literally 1 week where
99 plus
we had like
followers.
8 million viewers in a week, and then I've done the maths, and then there's something called analytics on TikTok where you can see where you're being watched.
Yeah.
And there was about 14% from I think it was USA, and then we done the maths. That's like 1.3 million viewers in America alone.
Mm-hmm.
Not
300,000 from Australia.
Not even to mention we had Ireland, we had Scotland.
That's the other side of the world.
We had who else? We had so much countries.
We had 300,000 people watching from the other side of the world.
How did you initially reach out to people? How did you bring people into the shop to do their freestyles?
Okay, when we actually said we're gonna actually start this platform, because we actually do music already, we went and hollered at all the rappers in our local area, and then we made them come. And then when people saw them come, maybe that friend said, yeah, you should go do it, and then it was word of mouth really. And then by the time there was too much people coming to the shop when we wasn't there, so we had to do make a booking form kind of thing where you have to message us on either Instagram or email us, and then get yourself booked in.
Everything happened so quickly, literally.
Yeah, it was too quick.
And so from obviously bringing artists in, people just started hitting us up, direct messaging. Yo, how do I get in the shop? How do I get in the shop? Before you know it, we're taking bookings every single day.
Every day, and don't forget, like we was actually outside the shop for a while sometimes, for like maybe 3-4 hours, and we'll just stay there, we'll just chill. Exactly how you hear it now is exactly how it was outside the shop nearly every day when we're chilling. It's noisy, people are walking past, and then we're stopping people who we think might do music, and sometimes you get bingo. It's a guy that does music that's probably been singing a couple years ago but don't sing anymore, but he'll give a fire in the shop though. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it was.
It got so mad to the point where, even remember when we went to we went JD one time.
Yes.
And then some random people were just like, hey, there's the fire in the shop, guys.
Yes, exactly. So it was
like you know what? It was overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, and it changed
still.
for everyone. Even the area ourselves, like we'll get noticed in places where I even went to a fun fair, and the person that actually owns the fun fair came and done a fire in the shop. And I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
It's so like, you see so much
people, but he's on fire in the shop.
You see that it's motivation. That's just motivation to say, you know what, you've come too far now. There's no turning back. Do you know what I mean? There's no turning back, literally.
Even thinking now, I'm here saying fire in the shop, and we're not fire in the shop anymore. But that's how embedded it is in us. I swear to you, we are Shopz got Barz, but the way things went left. It's like we're still coming off at that stage where we're not saying fire in the shop anymore, but
so we can still make that mistake where we'll be like, oh yeah, I've got a fire in the shop booking. But it's like it's fresh in it. Like the Shopz got Barz, So yeah, man, just got to get used to it. Really.
So this show's about Tottenham, so
I
want to know, what role has Tottenham played in this?
My personal opinion is, for one, Tottenham is a very music orientated place as it is already. So is a lot of other places. It could have happened in any other place. Yes, it's true, but it happened in Tottenham. And what it's done for us anyway. But actually, what I've learned from living in Tottenham is you have to be vigilant, you have to be aware, and you have to be like a go-getter. So having that sort of like energy growing up in Tottenham, I put it into the shop. I was vigilant with it. I was a go-getter with it. I wasn't stopping till at least get at least 10 rappers a week. And before you knew it, there was like 100 plus people on Shopz got Barz. So that's what it's kind of done for me, really. But Tottenham's just a place where you just got to be, be aware of your surroundings, because it's dangerous as it is already. But we grew here, so we're familiar with people. So for now, we're good.
Me personally,
and for the future, amen.
Me personally, I feel like obviously what Tottenham did, like Richie said, is very music orientated. So it's like, if before we had to get our own artists, and the algorithm had to kind of deal with us in a way for people to get drawn into it. Do you know what I mean? So if we didn't get our own artists from Tottenham, how would we have made that step? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like Tottenham played a big part in where we are today. You know what I mean? Because we were getting local rappers from Tottenham to come and do a fire in the shop freestyle, and that's kind of what kicked off our channel.
And how do you think this can affect Tottenham as an area, having something like this?
It can
only open doors.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like we know TikTok. Sorry,
Go on.
because TikTok is really based on the algorithm. And once you break the algorithm, it's like you're opening a door for everyone. Literally. So he can get 1 million views tomorrow. I might get 500,000 tomorrow. But for example, now we got contacted by Ellie Prohan. She's works for Kiss FM, and she went for the two guys that basically had one of the least views at the time, because it was slowing down a little bit, but their views were so low. I wouldn't have thought that she would pick them, but she picked them, and one of them got to get played on Kiss FM. So it's literally opening the door for everyone, no matter what the views is, no matter what skin color you are, how big, how slim you are. It's open for everyone. If you got a little bit of talent, it can work.
What I personally think as well is that I also think it can change people's mindsets.
Yes.
In terms of like, you could just look at that and say, raw, there's so many opportunities out here, because these guys have created something out of nothing. If you walk into an off license, what are you going there for? You know what I mean? You're going to buy drinks, sweets,
Literally.
That's it.
You're
going to
gonna
get
see
what you
people like
need
that.
and you're going to go. Like tissue, anything, credit. But to walk in there and say, you know what, pick up a mic, phone and start recording, and then create a whole show where you've actually generated millions and millions of viewers on that channel. It's crazy. That's something out of nothing. Do you know what I mean? So that hopefully has inspired a lot of people, you know, that you can do it. You can do anything.
Yeah.
If you put your mind to it. Literally. You know?
And I know you both grew up in Tottenham, so quickly, what was that like? And how is it different to now?
Okay, basically,
With
if this was like 12, 15 years before, I can't be chilling there with this microphone.
Literally.
Just standing there talking to you right now, literally.
Nah, literally.
Because
Yeah, it's true.
It was like, we know, like, it was a dangerous area.
Sticky
but
place.
obviously, growing up in the area, you tend to make friends, and they become family, and then you gain this whole type of brotherhood, and then you grow up together. And some people go through worse, some people go through like bad things, some go through good. But like in Tottenham, it was just like I said before, you have to be aware. You can't be like. It's so hard to even put it.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Like,
Let
me not say that the crime, because crime hasn't stopped. You see where Richie said we couldn't be here like this.
You still
right
can't
now.
even be here right
yeah,
now.
Like,
but
no,
we're
don't get
grown.
it twisted. It's like crime hasn't stopped. The crime rate is still high, and everything is still going on. Probably even worse now. But it's like the difference with back in the day is like you'll just catch like 20 boys just walking.
Yeah,
on Phillip
literally.
Lane, probably from South London or from another area, where it's like you just see crowds of just gangs just walking together. So it's like, if we was here right now and then those 20 guys coming to us, hey, who's that? Do you know what I mean? It's like things have changed in terms of that. You don't really get that anymore because
That's true.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Everyone's secluded in their area. Yeah.
But
And it's like,
there is a lot of love in the area.
Yeah.
That's what I won't forget to say.
Yeah,
There's so
we
much
got
love in
enough
Tottenham.
respect
Like
to-
me personally, what I know is that I get a lot of love in Tottenham. I ain't got no beef with nobody.
What
If
do
I
you
do,
mean
then
by
I don't
that?
know.
I
But I get a
don't
lot
know
of love,
what-
bro.
yeah, but what do you mean
I'm not hating. Don't be a hater.
No, but you said
I'm
me
not
personally,
hating.
innit? I
I said me.
understand.
I don't know about you. You is what I'm saying. Richie Too Trill is love.
Nah, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
man.
Still, but
There's a lot of love in the ends.
literally,
A lot of
man.
good things happen to good people in the ends as well. There's a lot of people that are doing well. So yeah, big up everyone. And yeah, you know, man, just
Literally,
keep it going,
man.
keep it going, keep it going.
Having spent time growing up around Tottenham Hale, I asked them what they thought of the slew of new housing developments springing up in the area.
If you want me to be real, I'm interested. Because like, obviously, I know there's certain things happening behind closed doors, but as physically, I like change. There's new buildings happening.
change is
They're
good.
creating new buildings there, but I don't know the
Change
ins
is
and outs
good.
of what they're doing.
Sometimes
But how it
scary,
looks so far,
but
it looks nice. But obviously, I don't want people getting kicked out of their houses and stuff like that.
That's the
what
only
I don't
thing,
want.
innit?
That's what I want.
How's the change going to impact people in the community? Do you know what I mean? That's all it is, really.
They're trying
I
to
mean,
move us out. That's what I feel.
in terms of even like what you just said, moving house. Like where I used to live. Obviously, I'm not going to bait up the address. I've been living there for like 20 years. So when I had to move house now, my mum moved out of the area. Me and my brothers were moving to our place. I didn't want to go nowhere. It's like I haven't gone nowhere in 20 years. Do you know what I mean? So I weren't used to that change. So I was literally the last one to leave the house. The house had already been left. Everyone had left, and I'm still there. And it's like, only because I got the key. But I'm not even allowed to still be here. But I did not want to leave. That's how badly I didn't want to leave. I've been accustomed to it a lot more now. Like, I'm cool with change now. I've been here and there. But
have any developers or councillors chatted to you about the area changing?
I ain't heard a word from no one.
No. I mean, I actually heard from like friends, just peers and that. Like, oh, you know, they're soon gonna do this. They're soon gonna do that.
That's just hearsay.
Yeah, it's just
He's talking
hearsay.
about
But
developers like telling
So
you.
no one like official from that is actually making this change has reached out to
Come on,
you?
they just make
no,
doing what they want to do. Really.
No, not
They're
reached
just
out
doing
to
what
us.
they're doing.
No, not
That's how
really.
it looks like.
But I kind of got an idea what is going on, sort of. Like I don't know. Obviously, I can't say I know, but yeah, I just reckon like they're trying to change Tottenham into like the city. You know, it being right next to the 2 tube stations in the area. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when you go to the city, every street you walk on, there's a tube station. If you get what I mean, like. But so I reckon that's what like. See with all these bicycle lanes, like you only go to the city and see roads looking like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've knocked down KFC for a Premier Inn. You'll find a Premier Inn in the city, but how? Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't really find KFC by itself. Like you wouldn't find a retail park in the city. So it's mad still.
One of the artists coming through that night was Milan OD, originally from South London, now living in Hornsey.
I am Milano D or Milan Overdose, whatever you want to call me, and I am a 21-year-old female drill, rap, grime, dancehall, garage artist. You name it, I spray it. I want to shout out my manager because she's one of the biggest reasons why I'm still out here, being able to even give you lot music and the opportunity to hear my voice. So big up E-Man, I love you long time. Big brrr, Milano D to the world and back. I think right now the thing that I'm lacking with is my social media, definitely. I spend a lot of time, I work as well, do you know what I mean? I'm a suicide prevention officer, so I do quite a lot of other things other than music. Music was just sort of my escape. So to put a lot of time into something that was an escape is a drag. So obviously now my management is making sure that I'm getting back on track with the social media and stuff, but I just want to reach more people. I want people to be able to look at me. Even if you hate my music, at least you've seen it. I just want it to be at that level, like the views is more than the opinions at this point, and because I know I'm good and that's all that is. Like.
So you mentioned that you started with poetry. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I've always loved like books, reading, all of that stuff. I think I read my first chapter book when I was 5 years old, and it was called Yesterday I Cried, and that's it's a poetry book, and I loved it. And then obviously when I went into school and stuff, I started writing poetry just in the library on my breaks. Gave it to my teacher to read, and my English teacher was like, you've actually got something going on here. You might want to enter these competitions within boroughs and schools. I actually won the Young Writers Award 3 years in a row, and I have 2 poems published in a book, one called Abuse and one called More Than Me. And yeah, after that I thought I want them to feel more than just words. So what about music? Everyone feels things through jazz, instrumentals. No one needs lyrics to feel things. So what if I let them feel that and then add lyrics? And it took off, and now I'm here.
Poems then.
Yeah.
Did you wait till you got to a point where you thought, I've got something to say, or did you sit down and think, let's find something to say?
I had something to say. Do you know what? Growing up in South East London, especially as a black girl, like you're either like accustomed to 2 ways of life. You either get the benefit of the doubt from everyone else and you get put in the good schools and stuff, or you end up in the ghetto. I ended up in the ghetto. Like my mum still lives there now. Do you get it? So I've always been around violence, drugs, like all of this stuff. It may have not appealed to me personally, but I was a pawn in some of these things myself. So I always had stuff to say. I was just scared to say it because of the consequences and repercussions. But once you dash that fear away and realize that you can actually never be judged for saying your truth, that's when I realized, yeah, the boys are out here talking about things they actually don't do. I've actually done the stuff that I talk about. So I could talk about the people that are out here, like the girls that are scared in the trap houses, the girls that are scared about everyone. It's not just man them that can be out here saying that. I'm out here saying it as well. Like, take it or leave it.
1, 2, 3.
And here's her freestyle to end.
What's your name, sis?
Milano D.
Come on.
The youngest and the baddest, fuck what anyone else has to say. Pretty and paid bitches. It's time to take this girl thing serious. About girls on drill is a joke. Nah, fuck boy, I don't wanna hear it. Most of your guys on drill, they pull up at raves and dance. You pull up, park off and take your guns. And when you step out, you try too hard. Dumb, you should've never left his yard. Come on, them love to move sexist. But if I hold a man with a gauge to your face, will you still find me sexy? No time for love, cause these Egypts stress me. Just trying to get him and wave that jet ski. Money I ferment for the rest of the century. I said money I ferment for the rest of the century. Cuff on pops like ping, ping. Most times the dress as Milano, other times I'm slim, ting. And this guy's in love with the funds, the money keeps calling, ring, ring. And if I wear this dress to the party, I'm leaving all of the goose and rinse. I'm leaving all your goose and rinse. That was all part of the plan. And paper has to get patterned, even if niggas get K's in the trap. And you don't secure that L, bad bitches, yeah, we make it back. And talk about being risk takers, the trap way. Why is the mash in my bag? Trap way, why is the mash in my bag?
Why?
But that was all part of the plan. And paper has to get patterned, even if niggas get K's in the trap. And you don't secure that L, bad bitches, yeah, we make it back. And talk about being risk takers, the trap way. Why is the mash in my bag? Trap way, why is the mash in my bag?
Shopz got bars. Don't sell for it.